Hello, friends. You're about to hear a brief recap of the movie Black and Blue. Enjoy watching. Alicia West went out for her morning run when a police car suddenly stopped next to her. The cops started hassling the black woman because she looked too suspicious for this respectable neighborhood. But Alicia herself had joined the police force just 3 weeks ago, a war veteran who had recently returned from Afghanistan. This was how her hometown welcomed her. Alicia patrols the ghetto with her partner, Kevin. The locals hate the police, and cops don't even respond to calls in this area. For example, a store owner reported a break-in a day ago, but Kevin only stopped by to grab a coffee. Alicia wanted to talk to a young boy, but his displeased mother rushed him into the car. A conflict was brewing between the officer and the parents. Suddenly, Alicia recognized the woman as her old school friend, Missy, but Missy pretended not to know her. No one here dares to be friends with cops. Missy's brother, Mouse, wasn't eager to talk to Alicia either. Kevin took what he wanted and left without paying. Cops here never pay. Alicia, instead, left a $20 bill. Kevin was supposed to work a double shift today, but he made other plans, so Alicia volunteered to cover for him. She was assigned to work with Deacon Brown. Brown and the narcotics squad seemed tense when they learned they had to deal with a rookie. The officer also didn't like that Alicia always carried a body camera. A fight broke out near a nightclub. Alicia pinned one brawler against the wall, while another guy seemed to be up to something bad. But her partner stopped him harshly, as if he had lost control, even pulling out his gun. Alicia asked him to calm down, but then Brown found a weapon, presumably the one the thug was about to use against her. The woman apologized to the seasoned officer. According to Brown, their own weren't the black guys from the streets, the police were their own, and Alicia was one of them now. Brown got a phone call, and he and his partner headed to an abandoned power station. He claimed he had to meet with an informant and ordered the rookie to stay in the car. Alicia suspected something was off but obeyed. Right in front of her eyes, a man was about to steal a car when suddenly a gunshot rang out. Then another. Alicia drew her gun and entered the building. She saw 2 dead bodies. A third man, a drug dealer, was still alive, begging the cops to spare him. But Detective Malone executed him. The officers noticed the witness. Malone wanted to talk, but Smitty saw the body camera and just opened fire on Alicia. The woman crashed through a rotten floor and fell onto a pile of debris. Malone plans to stage everything as if the patrol officers had stumbled upon a gang and the shootout was the result. Now, the main priority is retrieving the body camera. Luckily, Alicia's bulletproof vest saved her life. She managed to escape but dropped her gun in the process. Brown called out, urging her not to hide, claiming they only needed the camera. Wounded, Alicia attempted to call for backup, but Malone contacted the same dispatcher and convinced her that the rookie had simply panicked. Alicia exited the building and walked toward the patrol car. Smitty opened fire again but missed this time. The woman hoped to find shelter somewhere in the suburbs. She knocked on doors, begging for help, but the locals sent her away. Forced to flee once again, she barely managed to find a hiding spot. Malone was furious at his crew's incompetence and ordered all the dirty cops to join the manhunt. Meanwhile, Brown kept patrolling the neighborhood. Alicia crawled out from under a house and, upon spotting patrol officers, asked for help. The sergeant invited her into the car, but his partner immediately informed Malone that they had found the fugitive. They forgot that Alicia also had a radio, realizing too late that she had to run from corrupt cops again. Mouse heard someone breaking into his store and pressed the alarm. It turned out to be Alicia, who had sneaked in through the back room. Mouse wanted nothing to do with this mess. If she needed help, she should turn to her own people. Alicia told him what had happened, then called her partner and asked for his help. She was afraid they would execute her just like those guys. Kevin promised he would come right away. At that moment, cops arrived at the store in response to the alarm. Sergeant Doyle entered through the front, while Leader came in through the back. Suspecting that Alicia was hiding there, they started intimidating Mouse, reducing him to tears, which made Doyle smile. After they left, Alicia apologized to Mouse. She needed to take care of her wound quickly. The officer simply sealed it with super glue. Mouse suggested she change into something inconspicuous and try negotiating with her own people. After all, she was a cop too. Just as he promised, Kevin arrived. Alicia was desperate to get to the police station and upload the footage into the system. After that, she would contact Internal Affairs or the feds. Kevin tried to dissuade his partner. Did she really want to become a snitch? That's when Alicia realized she was sitting in the car with yet another corrupt cop. She noticed a gun in the glove compartment and managed to grab it first. She demanded that Kevin pull over and tell her everything he knew. It turned out that when seizing drugs, Malone kept part of the stash for himself and resold it. Those 3 guys were his dealers. A serious internal investigation is underway, and Malone simply eliminated the witnesses. A patrol car stopped nearby. Kevin made a sudden move, forcing Alicia to knock him out. The cops opened fire. Alicia rammed their vehicle and handcuffed Kevin to the steering wheel. Once again, she had to turn to Mouse for help. Missy's son, Jamal, recognized the policewoman. He lived on the same floor as his uncle. Mouse found out that one of the murdered guys was Zara, which complicated things further. Meanwhile, the police arrived at the crime scene. Malone pinned all the blame on the rookie, claiming she had killed Zara, the nephew of Darius Keir, leader of the Kingston Crew gang. Right then, Darius showed up. Malone ordered his men to let him through. They needed Alicia dead as soon as possible. Why not let the gangsters take care of it? Darius was convinced that his rivals were behind it, but Malone persuaded him that a cop pulled the trigger. Darius wanted Alicia eliminated before dawn and ordered his enforcer to mobilize the entire gang. Even Jamal received a message with her photo. The dirty cops gathered to discuss their next steps. Alicia had joined the army at 17. She had no family or close friends to be used against her. But Kevin remembered that she had spoken to the store clerk. Alicia planned to leave the neighborhood as soon as it got dark. She had returned to her hometown and become a cop to help her people, only to find out that the police treated them like animals. The store owner showed the cops a recording of Mouse helping Alicia. Malone demanded to know where Mouse lived. Jamal wanted to kill Alicia himself, but the woman managed to pull a gun on the boy. Mouse took his nephew's phone and realized that not only the cops were hunting their guest. Malone and Smitty had already arrived. The boy was sent home, while Mouse had no choice but to fight alongside Alicia. They escaped through the back exit, trying to figure out how to get out of the neighborhood. Suddenly, gang members blocked their path and opened fire. Alicia took down the shooter first, then the driver. A man with a shotgun appeared from behind a fence. Mouse took him on, killing him but getting shot in the leg. Mouse advised Alicia to seek help from the pastor. He would give her a car. Mouse wasn't going anywhere with his injured leg. He went in the opposite direction but was immediately captured by Darius's men. Alicia couldn't let her friend die, so her plans changed. Darius brutally beat Mouse, refusing to believe Alicia was innocent. Missy tried to talk some sense into her brother, insisting that Alicia wasn't one of them. She had chosen the other side and wasn't worth protecting. Alicia hid the incriminating footage in an abandoned building and then walked straight into Darius's lair. The residents started cursing at her and throwing empty bottles. Darius was informed of the unexpected guest. Alicia was brought to the boss. Without hesitation, he threw the woman into the shower room and was about to blow her brains out. But Alicia managed to tell him that Zero was killed by Malone and that it was captured on her camera. The dirty cop had used Darius to solve his own problems. Alicia would hand over the footage if they showed her that Mouse was alive. At the same time, the police captain found out where Alicia was and sent an entire army after her. Alicia accused her friend of getting involved with those thugs. There was no need to say she had no choice. She could have left the ghetto with Alicia. The gang members found the camera, but all the files were encrypted, so they had to call in a local hacker. The corrupt cops hoped to get to Alicia before anyone else. The footage had to be destroyed and the policewoman killed. The SWAT team got out of their vehicles near Darius's hideout and moved toward the buildings. The officers took out the lookouts. At that moment, the hacker finally unlocked the video and played it. The gang saw with their own eyes that Zero was killed by Malone. Darius saw how the cops had also tried to kill Alicia. The crime boss immediately ordered Mouse to be released. However, one of the lookouts still managed to fire a shot, alerting everyone to the raid. A firefight broke out inside the building. Missy and the hacker escaped through a hidden exit. Alicia grabbed the camera and ran into a back room with Mouse. From there, she started shooting back. Darius covered them so they could escape as well. The enforcer was taken down, and Darius shoved Malone into a bathroom along with a riot shield and started beating him. But the cop managed to aim his gun at the gangster and shot him dead. Meanwhile, Smitty let Brown go ahead of him on the stairs and then shot him in the back. One less witness. Then he killed a SWAT officer who had reached Alicia before him. Mouse came to help the woman. Together, they overpowered the bastard, and Alicia blew his brains out. The friends hid in one of the rooms. The building was surrounded. There was no way Alicia was getting out, but the police were searching for her. So Mouse suggested he take the camera instead. He would deliver it to the police station. The man put on a bulletproof vest and a police jacket. Mouse was spotted by Kevin, but he remained silent and let him walk through the cordon without interference. As soon as Alicia tried to leave the building, Malone opened fire on her. He was determined to find and kill her. Alicia fled through holes in the walls. Meanwhile, Mouse sneaked into the police station and started uploading the video to the system. Alicia explained to him how to do it. She found a board with nails and struck Malone several times. The scumbag grabbed the woman, but she bit him and crawled away. When Malone stepped onto the balcony, Alicia rammed into him, and they both fell onto a car. The fight continued in front of the local crowd. Alicia beat Malone with a metal rod, but it didn't stop him. Her former friend, Missy, helped by handing her a gun. However, Alicia was already in the sniper's crosshairs. She was forced to drop the weapon. Sergeant Doyle entered the office and aimed a gun at Mouse. He took the camera from him, but it was already too late. Soon, everyone would know about their crimes. Captain Hackett immediately watched the footage and contacted the rapid response team. She declared Alicia innocent and ordered her release. That's when Malone decided to finish her off on the spot. But Kevin shot him and immediately surrendered. Instead of Alicia, the SWAT officers arrested Malone. Missy hugged her former friend and apologized. Mouse beat the crap out of Doyle, avenging the incident in the store. Alicia visited her mother's grave and thanked Mouse for saving her life. And that's where the movie ends. See you soon. Bye.